browser extension that automatically applies
なんだ何を
browser extension that automatically applies
Yeah.
That's dirty. That gotta clean.
グランドサマナーズ
in reference to one of their employees that had been involved in a theft return fraud scheme. When police arrive on scene, they speak with the manager that has conducted an investigation, and he explains how the scheme worked.
It's a CCTV of every transaction.
Hi, Robert.
How are you doing?
Officer Harrison. Nice to meet you. Let's go. I know we talked briefly on the phone. So where's the employee?
In our training room in the back. Okay. Just hanging out. Doesn't know you guys are coming.
Okay.
I was just telling him she's been doing fraudulent refunds. Basically refunding items that are around here, near her, in customer service. No customers present. No one's actually returning it. She's just scanning it and applying that refund to personal credit card, public gift cards, and it's cash, and it's for personal use. She wrote a statement saying she did that, and also that she initials and dated each transaction, acknowledging that she did do that. And this is a video of every single thing.
Oh, of her like at the register.
Yes, right.
Okay. And this is since December.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you guys like find out about it?
The pattern of our analytics department kind of caught wind of it, and then I took a look at the videos and said, "Oh, this is the same associate."
That's crazy.
And then it's the same. You'll see there's credit cards. There's two main ones that she did one the first half of the year. The second half, she's doing a different thing. But they're both hers. You can see her on.
Physical equipment CT, blah blah blah. Index? Oh, yo, Index. Actually, Index is gonna be crazy as well. I think, what's her name? Misaka?
This is 19-year-old Anya McLeod.
You okay, Pookie? Prince. Wow.
To jail.
Yeah.
With JoJo, but like, the only way you could arrest me is the way for me to make a call to organize the money that I owe.
To the customers, he was just the friendly face behind the register. To his manager, a reliable employee who never showed up late. But beneath the surface was a digital con in motion. During routine transactions, he quietly scanned extra gift cards, rerouting the balances into his Cash App. By the time anyone noticed, he had already stolen thousands.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, I'm Deputy Del Flato.
My name is Deborah. I'm an asset protection manager with Walgreens.
Okay.
This is, what's your full name? What's your last name?
Okay.
So why don't you tell the officer what has been going on?
From like the whole.
You're employed here?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been working here?
A few months.
A few months this year or
Yes, sir.
last year?
This year, sir.
Okay. And what's your title here?
Customer
service? Okay. You're not a manager or anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Alright, so what are we getting, what are we brought in the office for?
Are you asking me that, sir?
Now tell them what you did. I have a statement.
So, I
Hearing this and
rang up some gift cards to pay for my school and things like that. However, I did not pay for that.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so we're looking at a theft from the business.
and they said that there's a possibility that the company will let me pay back, which I'm willing to do. And they said that there's a possibility that if you're okay with that,
right now, is 2,100 grand theft?
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
prosecuted if I were to be able to pay it back today on the spot.
So
And then I would be terminated.
I couldn't negotiate anything like that. That's not really my job per se. As far as if you do this or that, charges may or may not be pressed.
At this point, he doesn't have $2,100 on him, so the company does want to proceed with prosecution.
But I'm able to.
Okay, but
That's
that's
actually-
not his, now we're past that point right now. So, those are all the transactions that
Okay.
he rang up, and he did 2 today for a total of $400. We put it on a Cash App.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Is it still, do you still have that $400 on the Cash App? Okay. So
Okay.
the 2 that he did
So there were
today
2 today,
for $400.
and the receipts are
All
for
the
going
receipts are
back.
right there, and he also has the video in there. Every single one is on video as well.
Okay.
Yeah, right here.
They're on right there.
That's not what you did.
You know we don't do thumb drives anymore, right?
What do you need?
We can do a computer link.
An Axon link?
Yeah. Are you guys able to do the Axon link?
They can't, but I can. But it's.
Yeah, we try not to take thumb drives anymore. They want to write on the Axon link.
You know, I just got an Axon link from somebody.
22.
That's how they want it now. I'm just saying they've
Okay,
changed that.
okay. You know how long
We can
it's-
take that, but like I said, it won't get up because the problem is that doesn't get shared with the state.
Do I touch on
The state doesn't have access
So-
to the
There's nothing
That's
that
why
you
I
could
have
do
to go to
Not at this
out
point.
of prosecution.
For what?
You're saying that there's nothing that you could do to.
There's nothing we can do about that at all.
Prosecution.
Are you a juvenile? How old are you?
I'm 18, sir.
18. Okay, so you wouldn't qualify for a juvenile first offender program.
So you're
That's
saying
probably
you
what
go to
you're
jail
talking about.
for
Yeah,
this?
you're looking at grand theft for the amount of about 2,100.
Even if I could pay it back, I'm still.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's not our fault.
Yeah, that's
We
not
don't-
our fault.
We don't play. That's Walgreens. We don't negotiate with that stuff.
So is there a
They're
way,
they've obviously contacted us for a reason.
They
is there a way
said
for
yes,
Walgreens to
prosecute.
take back?
I mean, listen, like I said, that's not up to me. That's up to Walgreens being a victim.
They looked it up, and you didn't have that much on your paycheck, so they said yes, prosecute and
No.
terminate.
But you're saying that they said that because I didn't have the money on it.
On,
But if I was
on
able-
your paycheck, so that's why. So we can't do any more negotiating, okay?
No, but I'm saying even if I was able to, like, get the money, like if I would
Yes.
ask my mother or my father, even if it's not on my paycheck necessarily, if I was to get the money and pay the money back, like legally, is there a way that you could speak to them and see if they would be able to change their mind on the prosecution, not necessarily the termination, but just the prosecution part. Even if I was able to pay the money like right now and not like
You couldn't
drag
leave
it
the
out.
store until it was
That's okay.
paid.
I understand that. I wouldn't want to leave.
So what,
the store.
are you saying that you'd possibly be able to make a phone call to settle
Yes,
this
yes,
debt
sir.
right now?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm trying to
Like I
say.
said, that's
That's
not
up
to me.
Is
You
there a
know,
way that you could
I'm going to talk to the
please
officers and the store
negotiate
manager outside. I mean, they've already
and
taken
see if
their
I could
time
just
to
make a
come
call,
here.
not leave the store?
And they have places to be. I have places to be.
I understand.
So you
Well, you just stay in here with him.
Is it
Yeah,
okay?
I'm gonna hang out here.
Is it okay if I make the call now?
Hold on a second.
Hold on. Let's stay here.
Sorry, ma'am. We'll get something your way.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
I thought really likely that he's gonna come up with $2,100 today.
Even if you did, no.
Even if that's what I'm saying. Even if you did, I can't tell him
No,
or
we
tell
don't.
you guys, hey,
And
if you
it's-
pay this money,
This
then we
is-
won't pursue
It's
charges.
very
This
disrespectful
is
to
this
the
is a
store what he
Walgreens
did.
thing,
He said that
and it's
said
up
he
to
didn't
what
know-
if
he said he didn't know what
Walgreens
was
wants to be a
wrong.
victim,
He's
or if
still-
Walgreens just wants to terminate and trespass an employee.
He wanted to trespass. He want to also make a.
You want to prosecute.
We want to, hey, we're not going to tolerate this. We want the other employees to know.
He lives too close to here. I would rather prosecute. He's a liar. He's like, no, just prosecute him.
And you know what? When I first started talking to him, he knew what asset protection was. He knew what loss
He's done
prevention
it
was.
before.
He's probably been terminated as from a
Maybe.
previous company. Because no, he knew what asset protection was. He knew what shrink was.
You okay, Pookie?
He almost described my job.
Great.
You know? So
Okay.
just tell him, no, he keeps repeating the same thing over and over. Just tell him to shut up.
The thing is that and I get it, but he's afraid that it's going to mess up his career going to school, but he should have thought about that long before he did this.
Right. And then like I said, that's not my call.
Kids from the time they're in kindergarten know you don't steal. You know what I mean? From the time that they can walk, you don't steal.
Right.
Well, I didn't know that it was wrong.
So listen, regardless, knew, didn't know, can get the money, can't get the money. I just need to know the decision on whether we're prosecuting criminally or if we're documenting and trespassing from the store completely. That's something that you guys should probably have a discussion right now and then let me know. Okay?
We're going to prosecute criminally.
Okay.
Have him arrested.
Okay.
I ran him. I don't know if you heard me.
What's that?
I ran him. I didn't know if you heard me.
No, I didn't. Okay. So here's the situation. I talked to Walgreens, obviously representatives. They want to pursue criminal charges. Okay. I know you agreed to. Came back. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is what.
Until your court date.
You'll have to go to your court date.
Yes.
So she could bail me out and then I would
But you'll be obligated to go to your court date here.
give me the opportunity.
That's wild. Fuck you, boy.
With another video, and it looked like this. Connecticut Sun reporter is in serious hot water after making false accusations about an Indiana Fever fan, and last initially stated this: a fan who was escorted out of TD Garden for touching Sancho Rivers, she called it out immediately, and he was escorted up the stairs and out. The fan appears to be an Indiana Fever fan, and he was wearing a Fever tee and was sitting courtside. Now, she made it her basically business to set out and say this Indiana Fever fan pretty much did this, which, I reacted to this thing live when it was all going down. Now, this is what she said about this after the fact when it came out that she freaking lied. She stated, for clarity, when this incident occurred, I consulted with multiple sources who shared with me what they witnessed. Of course, it was not possible to get Rivers' account mid-game. Now, Rivers did speak to the media after this game. Now, I did get a hold of the press conference. It's here on the channel, bro, and it's quite long, too. So I put it out last night. You guys can check it out. And it stated, goes on to say, it was not possible to get Rivers' account. I had no reasons to doubt what was provided to me. Emily Adams' update has been shared in a separate. Rivers, the ejected fan, did not touch her, bro. Right then and there, she put big bold letters, did not touch her. He made a comment that warranted his ejection. They're pointing at a guy. They're clapping. He's getting up. Wow, he's wearing a Caitlin Clark shirt. He's probably pissed off that I was cheating, bro. Wow. They literally put him out. She literally got a fan ejected, a Caitlin Clark fan ejected from the game. She got a Caitlin Clark fan ejected from the game. A man sitting courtside just got escorted out. Appears to have something to do with Sonya Rivers. So she got a fan ejected, a Caitlin Clark fan ejected. What is these comments saying? A fan was escorted out of TD Garden for touching Sonya Rivers. She called it immediately as she was escorted up the stairs. And here saying that Caitlin Clark fans look like that. Yeah, I was trying to say it's mega supporters. Fieldhouse Files has uploaded this damn press conference. Finally, we finna get some answers. Now, let's see. And I'm telling you, viewers' discretion is advised, bro, because I am pissed with what I seen displayed from the WNBA today. I mean, my goodness, the blatant disrespect. We got Caitlin Clark, brother, erupting online. Colin Clark letting it be known these refs are ridiculous.
So, lads, today we got to talk about this, and this is from Caitlin Clark's brother. Caitlin Clark's brother, as soon as she got injured, tweeted this out. Make no mistake, this is on the reffing.
You're tuning into
she looks like she re-aggravated, of course, the groin injury, right? And so it was on a pass to Kelsey Mitchell right here.
Backdoor pass.
And there, she gonna grab the area in question. And then, of course, we all saw her last night. You know, she ran over, I don't even know if it's in this clip, where she ran over and put her head against the padding under the basket. And then, of course, right here. That's the star. That's the savior of the WNBA right there, with a towel over her head that has been used and abused in this league. The players can't stand her because they're so petty. They're so jealous. We are watching. The only reason that anybody else is watching, we are watching Caitlin Clark get destroyed on the court physically? Can you not control your league?
Don't. Okay. Great. Yeah. Pity the fool. What?
Watch, Daddy.
No, go. Stop. Not playing with you. Stop. Stop! Let me get my. Prince, you okay? Crazy work. No, that's what you. Right now. I mean, like, what do you put? So many? Yeah. Oh man. Good. Hello? Oh, chat, boy! I thought it was. I pulled another one of the event characters. Got Croc. No gold touch. Nah, what you like? Oh, 5-star? No, no 5-star. We got lightning. Oh, we got 2 5-stars. What do we got? Do we get a Fury? Another Fury? Yeah, baby. But who, what happened when you text me? Oh my god. Alright. Text me. No gold touch? Okay. You okay? Very tragic. Very, very tragic. Tragic. They're gonna buckle down for a real one. Rainbow touch. Rainbow touch. Boy. Oh. Almost popped, bro. If that was a rainbow touch, it would have been like the shit. Ganon? What? 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 Woo! Send that shit to the fucking moon. Please. I'll do a backflip. Bro. They clapped me. I got clapped. I got clapped again. Official. I've been clapped. Clappity clapped. Let's clap. Yes. Bro, no animation? No lightning? What is it? Bro, I mean, I get that. I mean, yeah. That's... Go. He can. I love you too. Oh, Luna.
You know what?
Good for you. I don't want.
Buy a pair dog.
Oh my god. God. Come on. Come on, baby. I want you. I love you. No rainbow touch. Great.
I thought my eyes going to the pie.
Oh my god, we hate this here. Oh my god, they gave me fucking Roy, bro.
The ice cream.
Really? That's wild. Boy, get my got this. Yes. How am I not above 1,000?
ゾルトラーク、あなたの心臓を打ち抜けます。防御魔法です。
Oh, I thought it was gonna be rainbow. Oh. Oh, oh, I haven't seen that motherfucker since I started the fucking game.
Daddy, don't say that word, Daddy.
I'm sorry. That bald-headed bitch.
What? Don't talk about that.
Let me come. Oh my god, fuck you.
さあ、熱い戦いの始まりだ。
Say that.
Shafted.
Zoldrak. ゾルトラーク。
Get up. I don't think there's anything I want here, bro. And bro, do I want to be a widow? Do I want a free Willy? This is not good. Is there a better way, a better 40 play? There gotta be a better 40 play. It gotta be 50, bro. Come on.
Mom, Dad.
Get in your chair before I put you. Not right now, but I said later.
Daddy. Daddy.
No, you're not bringing.
Thanks. Fighting hard. Fighting like Daddy. After on Daddy. After
ゾルトラーク、
you can walk in
この距離なら防御魔法です。
Hi, darling.
やはりそこが弱点ですか。使わないように言われてますから。ゾルトラーク、
Oh, you're not taking dollies in the
あ
park.
なたの心臓を打ち抜けます。
They have to.
勝ち負けはほぼ運だね。レイルサイ
They have to. Walk in the fight. Hi,
決め
Daddy.
てやるシャイニングブレード
Cut it out.
Okay.
Cut.
Oh, please. Oh dear God. We got 3. Oh my God.
Well, Daddy. Well.
Yeah.
And they
自分はワルノア国軍のライラです。
あの人とあの子がI might love the stuff. Hey.
名を呼ばれ発生しました。いかなるご用で。
Posted. Good.
Don't get you a hug, Daddy. There's one more hug.
Oh my god, little girl. Lay down.
僕はベロニカ。旅の大釜使いさ。Water, Daddy. That's water.
Hmm?
That's water. That's
That's good. Not water.
Daddy.
大したあれじゃねえんだが、役には立てると思うぞ。
Oh my god, bro. I don't want you, bro.
Up.
Man.
I'm gonna bite on you. I'm gonna poke you, Daddy. I'm poke you.
我が名はレイ。闇と共に生きる騎士なり。今はお前の召喚に応じよ。
決めてやるシャイニングブレード
Bro.
決めてやるシャイニングブレード 決めてやるシャイニングブレードギューリア
And then come over. Oh my god. Break even at 500.
決めてやるシャイニングブレードギューリア
Need some for equipment. That's not your shoe. The wrong foot. Go sit down. My God. Fuck. No. Okay, one more. That's it. We're just gonna. That's it, bro. No. Yes. Oh my God. What the fuck?
It's the president.
Alright, I gotta get on this game on my phone real quick.
Going to die. Oh, he died. The activator, my hand. Watch you after activator.
Put that down.
Happened.
Prince. You okay?
Happened. Activator.
グラ様
Stop putting down your. Come here. Come here. That's not lotion, girl. Thank you.
ゾルトラーク、あなたの心臓を打ち抜けます。防御魔法です。やはりそこが弱点ですか。
決めてやるシャイニングブレード。決めてやるシャイニングブレード。じゃりゃ決めてやるシャイニングブレード。決めてやるシャイニングブレード。じゃりゃ決めてやるシャイニングブレード。決めてやるシャイニングブレード。じゃりゃ めてやるシャイニングブレード決めてやるシャイニングブレード決めてやるシャイニングブレードうおりゃ決めてやるシャイニングブレードうおりゃ
ゾルトラーク、この距離なら防御魔法です。やはりそこが弱点ですか。
立て込んでるから依頼なら簡潔に頼むぜ。装備品の把握くらいしておけよ。おう、仕事か？
呼んだからには
君は何のために戦う？
我が名はフェルド。
お前が興味の対象になる。
拙者はただ
水は低い方へ流れゆく。
いらっしゃい。驚かないようにね。
Let's check real quickly. How many limit breakstones do I have? Okay.
Alright, in today's video, we're going to be summoning for Fern and Yubel. So, in the last summon video, I did, and you know, that just means we're going to get neither of them, okay? We're just not going to get anybody, you know, free tickets. Free tickets are always fun. Imagine, though. Imagine. 5-star? Right here. Okay. We are going to do bad. Last one. Yo, you're watching me sell these every single time. We should have given up on the first summon. We should have done a single multi. Just don't gamble. Stay in school. Don't set, you know, like. But it's probably just garbage. Yeah. Okay. So we're 23 out of 30. Let me know down in the comments. Who do we pity on? That's kind of unfortunate, but.
Team.
While using it with like another support, so like her and Star God, for an example, could be really good, or her and Hoka could also be very solid since she lowers crit res and wants to crit, and Hoka can buff up crit damage. Definitely not as crazy as Frieren, but possibly the next best unit that we want to get in this crossover. But we still haven't even talked about Fern yet. So Fern is going to be a water human. Actually, I think Yubel is not that bad of a unit. Of course, I know she's really all about mono earth, but at the same time, you could really use this character in a lot of different situations. If you just start playing the game and you got Frieren, well, if you can pick up Yubel, you can use both these guys on the same team and they'll stack Archgen together. The only thing that I'm not liking too much, just kit wise, not even talking about team composition wise yet, is mainly the skill. The skill has 2 effects, but I would have just rather taken off the damage res and just gave more Archgen for it. But they probably didn't do that considering her art gives 10 arts per second for like 12 seconds. But if we take a look at the Earth characters right now that we could use her alongside, there's a few that actually comes to mind. You could be running around with her and Veldora. Veldora's going to be giving her even more damage at that point. You could use someone like Evil Eye, which she's going to be giving a good burst to DR along with Archgen, magic damage ups, a bunch of good stuff there. And then really for that last character, it's really hard to tell because, I mean, look, there's not a lot of good Earth magic characters for the Ascended units. So I would say more than likely just a damage dealer that can deal with evasion characters that can also Archgen. I may just be looking at how to buff up various parts of her kit while using it with like another support. So like her and Star God, for an example, could be really good, or her and Hoka could also be very solid since she lowers crit res and wants to crit, and Hoka can we want to get in this crossover. But we still haven't even talked about Fern yet. So Fern is going to be a water human. She has a little bit of DR in the kit. You can see the True Art is a very unique type thing where every time you use the True Art, it gets exponentially stronger and it caps out at 350,000%. But as soon as you use an art or super art, it resets. So the general gameplay loop would be either to use your art first or save up enough art shin to use your super art. Once you use your super art, you can go in with the art to get some more DR for the entire team. And then once you have that art going, you can just pop off with the True Art over and over and over again until you need to start refreshing with that super art and art. And thanks to her passives, she can actually crit by over and over again until you use your super art. Once you use your super art, you can go in with the art to get some more DR for the entire team. And then once you have that art going, you can just pop off with the True Art over and over and over again until you need to start refreshing with that super art and art. And thanks to her passives, she can actually crit by herself. If she's above 80% HP, she gets 30% super crit rate. But as long as she's above 50% HP, she's going to have 100% crit rate. I would have loved for a character like this just to have 40% super crit or even 50, so we could just see some ridiculous damage numbers. But this one right here, I think there's a lot of fun teams you could do with Fern. Her true weapon is actually not too bad. It's giving you more water damage and the stacks, by the way. So if we're thinking about teams to run her on, unfortunately, you can't really use her with her mentor. I mean, you could, but like, there's not really going to be a point unless you're just using her specifically for DR or something. But it's kind of sucks because I would have loved for one of her best partners to be Firin, but that's not the case. Unfortunately, her best partners are going to be characters that are a bit older. For one, I'm thinking Beta. You run Beta alongside her. Beta's going to be great with this character, considering that she's going to be able to give her art shin. Beta's also going to be able to handle the DR, so you don't even have to worry about maybe using the art unless you just want that burst of 20 arts. Not to mention as well, every time Beta uses her super art, she's going to be getting more magic damage to the entire team, which is going to buff up Fern's damage. Of course, if you don't have Beta, you could also maybe just throw in like a Star God here, and Star God can use her super art to buff up Fern's damage, and then also to lower equipment CTs, and that would help out with Fern's true weapon. But if we're sticking to mono water, we're going to be going Beta. We can also use someone like Hoka to buff up crit damage. So if we're using a critical attacker, we're going to want Hoka on the team 9 times out of 10. You could use Summer Ilya, and Summer Ilya is going to be able to stack magic res down on the enemy. Or if you're on JP, you could use the Star Swordswoman Rosetta, which is going to be another magic damage buff, but this one's going to be a permanent damage increase with her super art, and even more arch-gen for the team, considering that Rosetta is a type B arch-genner. The only thing that I think's weird in this whole kit is the fact that she just has some DR. I think this art could have been without damage mitigation, but at the same time, it's good that she at least has some form of this, because this crossover hasn't had anyone with a damage mitigation buff. So if you are a newer player and you're starting out during this crossover and you pick up Fern, she can be someone that just gives you a bit of DR. And ladies and gentlemen, that right there is the entire crossover. We now know every single unit's kit, and they all look pretty solid. I don't think any of them is necessarily bad. It seems like Fern's gonna be a crazy powerhouse, and I love that she is kind of about attack speed or attacking consecutively. If you watch the show, you would know that Firin literally said that she recruited Fern just because of her attack speed. So I kind of like how they incorporated that into the game. Not bad whatsoever. I think Yubel is also going to be a very solid unit. Of course, Stark and Firin herself are both doing really good right now in part 1. I know part 1 of Frieren is in full swing right now. You may be running around using Stark, using the Slayer herself, maybe you're doing helper rewards, maybe you're trying to get a bit of help right now. If we look at the passives though, she does have increased Earth allies effects, but I would have just rather taken off. As soon as you use an art or super art, it resets. So the general gameplay loop would be either to use your art first or save up enough art shin to use your super art. Once you use your super art, you can go in with the art to get some more DR for the entire team. And then once you have that art going, you can just pop off with the true art over and over and over again until you need to start refreshing with that super art and art. And thanks to her passives, she can actually crit by herself. If she's above 80% HP, she gets 30% super crit rate. But as long as she's above 50% HP, she's going to have 100% crit rate. I would have loved for a character like this just to have 40% super crit or even 50, so we could just see some ridiculous damage numbers. But this one right here, I think there's a lot of fun teams you could do with Fern. Her true weapon is actually not too bad. It's giving you more water damage, and this stacks, by the way. So if we're thinking about teams to run her on, unfortunately, you can't really use her with her mentor. I mean, you could, but like, there's not really going to be a point unless you're just using her specifically for DR or something. But it's kind of sucks because I would have loved for one of her best partners to be Frieren, but that's not the case. Unfortunately, her best partners are going to be characters that are a bit older. For one, I'm thinking Beta.
And the human damage is nice. I mean, most enemies, at least giant bosses, in terms of like mines and harder content, is gonna be bigger things that aren't human. But there is certainly the fair share of hard human quest, so yeah, I won't go too crazy on that. For her true weapon, lowers earth resist and magic resist. That's pretty unique. That's around like a 60% debuff in total. Although I can't say if this actually stacks with other, like, you know, units that might have a debuff on their true art for earth resist or magic resist. If it does, it's obviously good. If not, it's just kind of lackluster in the sense that if she's giving you 150% earth resist down on super art, but then this doesn't stack, or somebody else is giving like 100% magic resist down and this doesn't stack, then this is like almost useless. If nobody else is doing that, don't get me wrong, this is going to be insanely strong because that's a 60% debuff. But passively as well, it gives her some damage and arts gauge up. So if you're going to run her, you of course want this for that arts a second and damage. But that's if you happen to get her. But in general, I kind of mentioned this in my last video for her as well, but she is going to really only kind of work on Earth teams. To show you some of the units I would put her with, let's see what we got here. I said potentially Veldora, Liza, War God Finn if you're really fiending, you know what I mean? Evil Eye. Who else? I don't really see anyone else here working. Maybe I'm gonna check her kit out, but I really doubt it's gonna work. And here's the thing, again, like I mentioned, yo, what are these goofy ads, bruh? Okay, any more ads? Okay, no. But as I mentioned here, if her Archen is type as a DPS, you know, he gives damage, he does to Fern. So again, mentioning the art, I'm not gonna lie, like this art is nice. This heal slot is really good. If I were able to find, I don't even have a clue what this is called, low-key. I'm not even gonna try, but I believe one of the water relics is a heal slot. There's also a 6-star heal slot. I said 6-star heal slot. There's a 6-star water relic as well, so she can hold 2 of that, which, I mean, these days the water relics aren't the best, but if you want to try to run all that for the equip CT and stats up, she can definitely hold some of that. As for the rest of her kit, you know, This gives her some arts. She gets some arts as well if it crits. That's what, 100 arts every 14 seconds. That's what, around 7 arts a second. Really strong. Obviously, you have this. It gives arts and damage resist. The first time I saw this, I thought it was kind of good. And don't get me wrong, it is good. But looking at the rest of her kit, specifically her true arts, I don't ever really see this being used, especially if you run her with units that I think she should be ran with, in this case, Beta. Because with Beta, she actually gives damage resist to the team. Let me check where. On her true arts, and looking how it's base damage resist, this probably won't stack, and the only reason you'd use it is for the arts. And something as measly as 20 arts really just is not worth it. So if you're pairing her with Beta, don't even, literally this doesn't matter, in my opinion. And looking at her true arts, every time she uses it, it stacks up to 350k, resets using either her art or super art. I do wish it was just her art, because that way you can then use her super art without worrying, but with a 350k, you know, modifier, I understand why they were afraid. Because once you pop her super art, which lowers water resist based on her HP up to 150%, that's not too bad. But once you pop this, you can just keep spamming this for like a minute. And especially on mono water, which has so much arts gen, she's going to be getting this back just so fast. It's not even funny. And that seems to be her, you know, kind of strategy. Pop this, then you pop this like 17 times. Maybe not that much, but you get the idea. Her passives, she gets 30% super crit above 80% HP, or 100% crit above 50% HP. This, I definitely do like. This is nice, especially in terms of higher endgame content, where there might be crit resistance buffs, or you know, they might have resistance of some sort. You pair this with crit resist debuffs, and it's going to be pretty easy for her to crit. Of course, that means that you could even just not bring a crit buffer if you're solely relying on this, you know. Her damage against demons is definitely solid as well. I can't lie. B output up for water units is kind of whatever. But, let's check her true weapon before I head into teams. This is 20% stackable water damage, and if they're human, it's another 20% for 35 seconds. Wow, okay. First of all, this is kind of insane because you're already guaranteed to get 2 stacks, considering it's 35 seconds and the CT is 30. So that by itself, if you run it on her, is 80% damage, but now you run somebody that gives equip CT, this is gonna get up there really fast. Not even to mention if you run this on another water human that has 2 magic slots, they're giving themselves 80% damage, and by the time they come back around, that's 160%. So definitely pick this up even if you don't have her. As for if it's used by her, she gets 30% damage and skill CT speed. Damage is of course always great, and that skill CT speed is going to help her get back that skill to give her more arts, which literally you cannot go wrong with. As for teams you're going to want to run her on now, there is a lot you can do for mono water, okay? She is, of course, oh damn. She is, of course, magic, so we do want to work around that. So that means we're not going to be bringing units like Roy who buff physical damage. We could potentially bring her in. Hauka definitely. That man is just a beast. Beta. That seems to be... What is this ad, bro? Okay. Yeah. So, Valerie, as we know, is just a crazy damage buffer for the entire team and a DPS. But here's the thing. If you run her alongside her, I don't see a reason, considering, well, you know, she's going to be your DPS and you don't ever really want to run 2 DPS. I understand if one is buffing the other, which she can definitely buff the team, you know, 200%. That's crazy. And defense ignore. But considering Fern is going to be Oh my goodness, bro. Considering Fern is going to have that passive crit, there's really no reason I think you should run her. So actually looking at it now, probably not. Yeah, she's her own DPS. Oh my goodness, I wish I got her when she came out. Anyways, Hauka, I don't even think I need to really mention. Like, I'll just list off. Also, Archgen, 120%. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm literally checking their kits because I really don't know who you want to run. You can put any 4th unit and that team is gonna just destroy. If you want literally like infinite damage resist, you can put Emiya, but I don't think there's a single boss in the game that needs that level of damage resist of Shiro and Beta. That's just so overkill, it's not even funny. Maybe Sistina. What does she do? No, it's whatever. You get the idea. I don't want this video to run on forever because this is low-key one of my longest videos I've done just because I've low-key been rambling. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this because I definitely think this was a lot of fun. And if I'm being honest, it's a lot easier to edit videos like this considering I don't have to find like my gameplay.
I know part 1 of Frieren is in full
Pat McAfee just disappeared from WWE commentary. But the real reason why goes deeper than you think. For the past few years, Pat's schedule was simple. He'd leave during college football season, then return to WWE in the offseason. But in 2025, something changed. Pat stepped away in late spring, much earlier than usual, and Corey Graves filled in, but Pat never came back. And fans started asking, what happened? According to Pat, juggling WWE, his own show, and personal life left him completely burnt out. So he quietly stepped away to focus on what matters most, his family and his future. You want to see Pat return to WWE?
Want people who are suffering right now, people who cannot pay their mortgage, people who have been separated from their families, people who are sitting in deportation camps, concentration camps, foreign and domestic. Those people do not want to see people. It is.
No, it's
it is.
not. I'm Jewish, and it is not offensive. It's
It is
not. It's not.
offensive.
It's not a
It is
death
offensive.
camp.
1,000 texts. People do not.
It's
Comparing
not
that to the
I
Holocaust
imagine
is
1,000.
wild.
I wish.
Wild.
I honestly wish they were more offended by the
Tiffany,
action of
finish
this
your point,
administration.
and then-
I wish
okay,
they were
go
more
ahead, Sharon
offended by the action of this administration instead of my language.
So several things. One is the self-deportation is actually, I mean, they're paying each one $1,000 and sending them with a free plane ticket. So self-deportation is really not a scary thing. But the reality is
I don't think that's the point. I think the point is like
that is the point.
people
because a
have
moment ago,
lives here.
self-deportation
Maybe some
was-
of them
no,
are trying
a
to
moment ago,
appeal
the left side of
their
the table
status,
was
et cetera.
portraying
Yeah.
somehow that the self-deportation was somehow weighing in hard and pressing down on people. It's like saying, hey, if you'll do it this way, we'll even pay you to go. How awesome is that? Here's a free ticket and a flight home.
Hold on, Phil, but
the
just to be-
reality is we
I mean,
also voted for the numbers at the border.
Just to be honest, I mean, I'm understanding what you're saying, but just remember, we're talking about human beings here.
We are.
Okay, some of them have families, they have jobs,
We're
they
also
have
talking
communities.
about the rule of law.
I get that too, but I'm just saying the way you're describing it, it's like just get on a plane and here's $1,000. I mean, it's these are people that we're talking about. We're not talking about, you know.
If you put it in context,
Anderson, Sasha, and Julio are now settling in Mexico, but they join a newly emerging community of people who are voluntarily departing the United States. It's called self-deportations, and it's part of the Trump administration's strategy. Senior Trump officials have touted it often, and they've taken to the airwaves with multi-million-dollar ad campaigns and offering financial incentives, like one-way tickets to the country where they have legal status and $1,000 exit bonus once they arrive. But for Sasha and Julio, they didn't need that. It was the uncertainty of what was to come with the immigration crackdown that was enough to get them to leave. But also, Anderson, what we learned over the course of this reporting is it's not just undocumented immigrants making these decisions, but also the U.S. citizens that they are married with or have children.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about CNN coping over the fact that we have mass self-deportations happening in this country, okay? It is something that is happening as a result of President Trump's policies that serve as a deterrent and a warning that if you try to come here to the United States of America illegally, first and foremost, you're going to have a really hard time because the military's at the border. Who knows, okay? There could be some fatal consequences for trying to cross the border. And then if you happen to get into the country, you're going to have an even harder time because essentially ICE will be hunting you down, okay? And if you get caught, especially if you commit crimes in this country, then you can end up in Alcatraz, right? You can end up in a really, really, really bad place, or even worse, in El Salvador, right? Some prison, or maybe even dropped off in some war-torn country like South Sudan. Those deterrents are effective, right? Some people say, oh, well, they're inhumane. Oh, we don't like it. How they treat the illegals. But again, people got to realize when you're in leadership, you can't think with your emotions, okay? You can't be like some of these normies. You got to understand that deterrents are important, right? If you don't have deterrents, then your policies don't have teeth to them, right? You have to incentivize people to not do certain things.
To Duvall.
たまにはゆっくりしてったらと俺が鍛えてやる。魂を込めるぜ。
ゾルトラーク、動かないでください。防御魔法です。やはりそこが弱点ですか。使わないように言われてますから。ゾルトラーク、あなたの心臓を撃ち抜けます。